To understand life aboard a starship, you have to understand that you probably want to accelerate at the same gravitational level as the planet that you were born from. So, for instance, if I were aboard a starship right now, I'd want to accelerate my starship at one gravitational level so I could feel like I was experiencing 1G just like I grew up with on the Earth. Once I arrived at my destination star, I would probably assume a standard parking orbit around the large Jovian planet and then spin a centrifuge and then create artificial gravity that way. These centrifuges that you're looking at right now are probably litter the intergalactic core in and around. I mean, you'll probably find them frozen over, burned out, dead. You might find some occupants maybe living in some tucked away corner at the bottom with no power, traveling at spectacular speeds, not accelerating, but still traveling at speeds pretty close to the speed of light, completely frozen over. They'd be like Eskimos. But occasionally one might pass next to a star, then anything would heat up. Then all that ice would like boil over briefly. And then as it passed by the star, if it didn't crash into it, then it would probably freeze out all over again. The intergalactic core is probably just littered with these frozen over centrifuges. I mean, you can probably find them everywhere. It's always good to keep in mind that in space, no one can hear you scream for customer service. It's a lot like Walmart in that respect. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I was just editing that scene that you were just watching right there, and real quick, I think I came up with a third way to produce gravity in space, other than the two I was just talking about. So just follow me through here real quick, okay? Just say you had a neutron star, which is basically the leftover remnants of a star that exploded. A neutron star has basically, if you had a golf ball sized chunk of a neutron star, it would probably have about the mass of Manhattan in it, maybe. Or maybe Mount Everest, or maybe the state of Ohio, I don't know. Just some huge, just spectacularly compressed mass inside the size of maybe a baseball or a golf ball. If you could possibly start, if you could get a plasma beam hot enough and start tearing off chunks off that neutron star, I mean, you'd have to have just a bitchin' plasma beam. I mean, just a slut, a super fuck of a plasma, just an unbelievably hot, super slut bitch of a plasma fuck. Just okay. It probably wouldn't look like that, but you get the idea. Basically, anyway, you could tear off chunks away from the actual neutron star, but if it were to maintain its density and coalesce back into a sphere, you might need some electromagnetic help to do that. But if it coalesced back into a sphere, maybe a mile wide, you might have maybe one Earth gravity in essentially a mile wide sphere. And then all you gotta do is just pave over it and put it on Walmart. Or whatever you want, or maybe hook up an engine and cruise around with it or something like that, I don't know. But it'd be like a little mini planet, maybe a mile, 2 miles in diameter, but would have one Earth gravity on it. You might have some half-life issues. You might have a lot of problems doing this.